My beloved child, before you move even one step further, listen carefully, because what is about to be revealed was not meant for distracted ears. This moment did not arrive by accident. Out of all the voices surrounding you today, out of all the noise pulling at your attention, something invisible guided you here for a reason. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There are seasons in life when nothing appears clear on the outside, yet everything is shifting underneath in silence. You may have wondered why certain doors delayed, why certain people changed, why certain answers never came when you expected them. You may have thought silence meant absence, but silence was preparation. What looked ordinary around you was never ordinary. Hidden movements began long before you noticed them, and now you are standing near a truth that many never recognize until much later. You have been carrying questions that even you did not fully speak aloud. Why did your path become different from others? Why were you pushed into moments where nobody seemed to understand what you were becoming? Why did your heart feel as if it remembered something larger than your present circumstances? The answer is because your life was never designed to move like the crowd. There is something distinct written into your journey, and that is why ordinary explanations never satisfied your spirit. Do not skip, because what comes next may explain what you have been feeling for a very long time. There are people who entered your life and left suddenly, not because you failed, but because they were only assigned to one chapter, not the whole story. Some came to test your patience. Some came to reveal your strength. Some came only to show you what could not remain beside you where you are going next. At the time it felt confusing, but now a pattern is beginning to appear. Every departure created room. Every delay protected timing. Every unanswered moment carried meaning you were not yet ready to see. And here is the revelation: what you called delay was often protection from receiving something before your spirit had matured enough to hold it. That explains why you survived moments that should have broken your confidence. That explains why your heart kept rising even after disappointment. That explains why your inner voice never fully agreed with giving up, even when everything around you looked uncertain. Something within you kept saying, "Wait, not yet, there is more. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you." Very few understand what happens before a major shift arrives. Usually it begins quietly. Familiar things lose their hold. Old thoughts stop fitting. Places that once felt comfortable begin to feel too small. Even conversations start sounding different to you. This is not confusion. This is the early sign that your spirit is sensing movement before your eyes can confirm it. There is a reason certain dreams return to your mind again and again. There is a reason certain thoughts kept visiting you when you were alone. There is a reason some mornings you woke up feeling as if an invisible message was near, but not fully spoken. Those moments were not random. They were reminders that something assigned to your future has already begun calling your attention. And now listen closely: the thing you thought was lost may not have been lost at all. It may have simply been waiting for the correct hour to return in a form stronger than before. That is why some endings did not close your story. They redirected it. What is ahead does not look like what is behind you. The next season carries a different sound, a different energy, a different confirmation. The pressure you felt recently was not there to crush you. It was there to reveal what remains steady inside you when comfort disappears. Do not skip now, because this next truth matters deeply. Some people around you noticed your silence but never understood your inner battles. They saw your face, but not the invisible decisions you were making every day just to remain steady. They did not see the private moments when you chose faith over fear, patience over frustration, and quiet strength over reaction. But every unseen choice has been counted. Every hidden victory has built something stronger than you realize. There are moments when chosen people think nothing is changing because visible proof is absent. But visible proof often comes last. First comes the unseen arrangement. First comes the shift nobody applauds. First comes the silent separation between what belongs in your next chapter and what cannot continue with you. This is why you have recently felt distance from certain patterns that once surrounded you. What no longer fits is naturally moving away. And here is something that may surprise you. What is approaching may arrive from a direction you stopped watching. Not because it disappeared, but because timing required your focus to move inward before the outer answer appeared. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is information about your own path that you were never meant to understand too early, because early understanding would have changed your decisions before your strength was ready. Sometimes truth arrives only after endurance has already shaped character. Now you are beginning to stand at that point where hidden meaning starts connecting. That restlessness you felt was not emptiness. It was preparation. That inner pull to keep going even when results were unclear was not imagination. It was direction. That strange sense that something important was near, even when daily life looked ordinary, was not accidental. It was a signal. And now hear this carefully. The next confirmation may come in a way so simple that others overlook it, yet you will immediately recognize it because your spirit has already been prepared to notice what belongs to you. Not everyone will understand your timing, and they do not need to. Not everyone will understand why certain things happen suddenly after long silence, and they do not need to. Because some stories are built quietly until the exact moment they become undeniable. You were never forgotten in the silence. You were never unseen in the waiting. You were never abandoned in the unanswered days. Everything that felt slow carried hidden movement. Everything that felt uncertain carried hidden direction. Everything that felt empty carried preparation for weight you could not yet see. So remain attentive now. Do not rush past this season thinking nothing important is happening. The most powerful shifts often begin while life still looks ordinary from the outside. And if you feel something inside you becoming alert while hearing these words, trust that feeling. Because some truths do not arrive as noise, they arrive as recognition. Do not skip. Stay till the end of this journey, because what is unfolding next may explain why your story never followed ordinary patterns. What has been held back is not gone. What has been delayed is not denied. What has been forming in silence is closer than it appears. And the reason this message found you now is because the hour of understanding has already begun. And now, before your mind tries to treat this like just another passing moment, listen even deeper, because the part you are hearing now carries a weight that many people wait years to understand. What has been hidden around your life has not remained hidden because it was absent. It remained hidden because the right moment had not yet arrived for you to see it clearly. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There are times when a chosen person stands in the middle of ordinary days while extraordinary things are quietly arranging themselves beyond visible sight. The reason your journey has felt unusual is because your answers were never meant to come in ordinary ways. Others received quick signs, quick confirmations, quick clarity. But your path required depth before revelation. That is why your waiting became longer, your lessons became deeper, and your awareness became sharper. What you are about to understand is this: some of the silence around you was not empty silence, it was controlled silence, the kind that protects something important before it becomes visible. Think carefully about the moments when you almost gave up on expecting anything meaningful. Those exact moments often came just before something shifted internally. A new thought arrived. A forgotten hope returned. A strange calm entered your heart without explanation. That was never random. It was proof that even when nothing changed outside, something was moving within you first. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. You may have noticed recently that certain things no longer disturb you the way they once did. Situations that once stole your peace now feel smaller. Voices that once confused you no longer control your thinking. That is not emotional distance. That is growth becoming visible. Quietly, your inner strength has been increasing while you thought little was happening. And here is the surprising truth: while you were questioning your progress, unseen preparation was already placing you ahead of where you believed you stood. Some people judged your quiet season as inactivity, but they did not understand that hidden seasons often produce the strongest transformation. Roots deepen where nobody applauds. Foundations strengthen where nobody notices. The strongest chapters often begin without noise. Do not skip now, because this next revelation belongs directly to your journey. There are certain patterns that tried to repeat around your life, yet somehow they never fully captured your future. Similar disappointments came, similar delays appeared, similar doubts surrounded you, but each time something prevented the final defeat you feared. Have you noticed that? Every time it looked like the end, a small opening appeared. Every time it looked closed, another path quietly formed. That happened because what is written ahead of you cannot be erased by temporary confusion. And now the deeper truth. Some answers were delayed because if they had arrived earlier, you would have attached them to the wrong people, the wrong timing, or the wrong understanding. That is why what felt late may actually be arriving perfectly. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The reason certain names stayed in your memory, certain ideas kept returning, and certain feelings remained alive is because unfinished meaning often stays near until the correct moment explains it. Not everything remembered is meant to be chased. Sometimes memory exists because understanding is approaching. You may soon notice connections that were invisible before. A conversation may suddenly make sense. A delay may suddenly reveal purpose. A silence may suddenly explain protection. And when that happens, you will realize that what once looked disconnected was quietly forming one complete design. This is why you must remain alert in this season. The smallest detail may carry larger meaning than expected. A simple word, a brief encounter, an ordinary day, sometimes these become the doorway through which clarity arrives. Do not skip, because what comes next matters deeply. Some people thought your calm meant you had accepted less. In reality, your calm came from learning that not every moment deserves reaction. That maturity has changed what can remain near you. Certain energies no longer fit where your spirit has grown stronger. Certain distractions now lose power because your inner focus has changed. And that shift is important, because what is meant for your next chapter cannot settle where old confusion still rules. There is something else you need to hear carefully. The thing you have quietly hoped for may arrive differently than you imagined, but stronger than you expected. Many times people expect answers in one form, while life delivers them through another door entirely. That is why disappointment must never become final too early. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The strongest people are often those who learned how to continue without visible applause. You kept moving through days when no one understood your inner effort. You kept holding yourself steady through moments others never noticed. That strength has not gone unseen. Quiet strength always shapes future access. Soon, what once felt uncertain may begin showing signs that cannot be ignored. Not loud signs. Not dramatic signs. But unmistakable signs, the kind that make you pause and realize something has changed. And when that moment comes, you will remember this exact feeling, that before visible confirmation arrived, something inside you already knew movement had begun. So keep listening carefully. Keep your spirit attentive. Keep your focus steady. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. But now listen with full attention, because this part reaches deeper than the earlier words, and if you miss even one line, you may miss the exact message that explains why your life has felt so different lately. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There are moments when a chosen person suddenly feels that old patterns no longer have the same hold. Things that once looked permanent begin to loosen. Thoughts that once repeated begin to fade. Even your reaction to certain situations becomes unfamiliar to you, because deep inside, something is changing before the outer world catches up. This is not accidental. This is often the sign that your next chapter has already started forming before anyone can see it. You may have asked yourself why certain days feel strangely intense even when nothing dramatic happens. Why your spirit becomes alert in ordinary moments. Why you sense importance in silence. The reason is simple. Sometimes the greatest turning points announce themselves quietly before they become visible. And here is the truth many never realize until later. Before major clarity arrives, life often becomes unusually quiet so that you can hear what was previously hidden beneath noise. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Think about how many times you expected one path, yet another opened. How many times you thought one answer was final, yet something shifted unexpectedly. At first those moments looked confusing, but now they begin to reveal a pattern. Your story has been guided through unexpected turns because direct paths would not have produced the strength now growing inside you. Some delays were teaching discernment. Some pauses were strengthening patience. Some unanswered moments were protecting your attention from attaching to temporary things. That is why what looked like nothing happening was often a season where invisible alignment was taking place. Do not skip now, because this next truth may explain what your heart has been sensing. There are people who crossed your life but could not stay because their role ended before your future began. At the time you may have questioned why connection changed, why energy shifted, why certain conversations slowly disappeared. But now understand this. Not every person who arrives is meant to remain when your next assignment begins. Some were there to awaken awareness. Some were there to reveal boundaries. Some were there to show you what no longer belongs where you are going. And because your path is different, separation often arrived before explanation. That silence was not rejection. It was direction. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. You may also notice that certain dreams, ideas, or inner impressions refuse to leave your mind. Even when you try to ignore them, they return with unusual strength. That often happens when something connected to your future keeps calling your awareness forward. What returns repeatedly is sometimes asking for attention because timing is approaching. This does not mean everything happens instantly. It means you are being prepared to recognize what matters when it appears. And here is the surprising revelation: what you thought needed force may actually arrive through stillness. What you thought needed struggle may come through simple clarity. What you thought was far may already be moving closer quietly. That is why impatience must not interrupt perception. Do not skip, because this part matters deeply. Some of your strongest growth happened where nobody noticed. Quiet decisions changed your future more than dramatic moments ever could. The times you chose restraint instead of reaction, the times you stayed steady instead of rushing, the times you remained hopeful even without proof, those moments built more than you understand right now. People often celebrate visible victories, but invisible victories shape lasting change. And you have already passed through invisible victories that prepared this exact season. Soon, you may begin seeing why certain things never fully worked the way you expected before. They were not final destinations. They were signs pointing forward. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There is also a reason your intuition has become sharper recently. You sense what fits and what does not much faster now. You feel when words carry depth and when they carry emptiness. You notice energy more clearly than before. That sharpening did not appear suddenly. It came through everything you have already endured quietly. And now that awareness becomes important, because what comes next may require recognition more than speed. Not everything important arrives loudly. Not everything meaningful announces itself dramatically. Sometimes the biggest shift enters through one simple moment that looks ordinary to everyone else, but to you, it feels unmistakable. That moment may be closer than you think. So keep listening. Keep watching. Keep your heart steady. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Right here, at this very point, you need to listen more carefully than before, because this part carries the kind of truth that often arrives only once, and those who recognize it never hear their own story the same way again. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There are hidden moments in every chosen life when everything appears still on the surface, yet beneath that stillness, major movement has already begun. You may look around and think nothing extraordinary is happening, but that is often exactly when the deepest shift is taking place. Quiet seasons are rarely empty. Quiet seasons are often full of unseen preparation. That explains why recently you may have felt a strange mix of calm and expectation at the same time. One part of you feels patient, while another part keeps sensing that something important is drawing near. That feeling is not random. It appears when inner awareness begins noticing what the outer eye cannot yet fully confirm. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There were times when you almost believed the silence meant the story had stopped. But the silence was never the end. It was the moment before hidden pieces began aligning in ways you could not force and could not predict. The reason you were not given every answer early is because some answers only make sense after certain lessons have already shaped your heart. And now a deeper truth must be understood. Some things were kept away not because they were denied, but because your future required better timing than your emotions could see at that moment. If everything had arrived when you first asked, you would not have recognized its true value. If every door had opened immediately,